different ways. But out of that, weaving process is in core. Weaving is an age-old method of fabric construction in which two distinct sets of yarns or threads, warp and weft, are interlaced at right angles to form a fabric, and the simple equipment that facilitates this process is called the loom. Hand loom is the basic equipment for hand weaving. Hand weaving is a precise manual weaving technique, and the motion of the hand loom, vertical or horizontal, is operated by skilled human hands and legs without using any source of energy like electricity. In handloom, raw material is supplied according to design of handloom and its requirements. But two set of yarns, warp and weft, is essential. It can be in short, medium or long set length. In general, for box type of handlooms, warp yarns are supplied from warp beam and weft yarn is supplied from shuttle. In few cases, instead of shuttle, weft yarn is supplied directly from corp or bobbin. Delivered material is always in form of fabric. For limited set length, each piece of fabric is removed once it is prepared on loom. For long set length, fabric is continuously wound on cloth beam or fabric roller. Looms can be very simple or complex using a frame and its attachments. Let's make brief comparative analysis of handloom with power loom. A handloom is a simple machine used for weaving. This loom is powered by hand. It is a manual operating system. Shading, picking and beating is performed by hands and legs. Handloom design options are outstanding, but production is very less. It can be operated at slow speed. Initial investment is very low. For handloom, different options are available in the market. It means handlooms are of different type: small size, medium size or big size, with stand or without stand, with frame structure or with box structure, with tension control system or without tension control system, with basic attachments, dobby attachment or jacquard attachment. Handloom can be horizontal, vertical or inclined, without header or with header. It can be in floor loom type or pit loom type varieties. Handloom can be categorized in different ways, but in broad sense, it can be classified as inkle loom, frame loom, rigid header loom, table loom, floor loom, pit loom, and backstrap or loin loom. Let's see the first category, inkle loom. In Old English, inkle meant ribbon. Thus, an inkle loom is a small loom that allows to weave narrow weight ribbon-like fabrics. Inkle looms are great for weaving belts and bands. Here, design of mending loom is shown as an option for knowledge purpose. Mending looms are the perfect tool for patching small holes in clothes or socks, creating decorative patches and even making small pockets. Let's come on second category, frame type loom. In this, small size frame looms or decorative looms are mainly used for household decorations. These looms are very versatile as they will allow weaver to weave great wall art projects. Small size decorative frame looms are available in different shapes and sizes. Round or circle, semicircle, arch, triangle shapes are very common. These are examples of round or circle frame loom. Here, circle and semicircle looms are shown along with fabric samples. In this presentation, arch loom and triangle loom can be seen with decorative fabric varieties. Let's come on another variety of frame loom, that is pin loom. Pin loom is of wooden or plastic frame that includes fixed pins or of wooden or plastic weaving board that has provision to fix pins or pegs as per requirement. Different samples of pin loom are shown in this presentation. Another multi-design option similar to pin loom is peg loom, where fabric can be formed in different shapes with the help of multi-size weaving board. Let's come on basic frame or tapestry loom. A frame loom is a very simple type of low-cost loom. It is the most common hand weaving loom among beginners. It is ideal for students or any weaver wanting a simple way to be creative. The finished piece can be left in the frame and hung on the wall, a frame masterpiece. The lap loom, that is small size frame loom, is normally made out of wood and have a rectangle shape. It is not too heavy or too big, so it's easy to hold it in lap while weaving on it, hence its name lap loom. Frame loom is a weaving device that is almost always portable and is usually characterized by having four sides and a hole in the middle. In its most basic form, it is just a frame. Its primary job being to hold a series of vertical threads. It is a weaving device where the warp can be directly applied to the frame. The loom, the tool on which the fabric is woven, is free from any complex mechanical devices. The loom is made of rods and panels fastened at the right angles to construct a form similar to frame to make it more handy and manageable. This type of loom is being utilized even today due to its economy and portability. The downside of these looms is that it can only produce textiles within the size of the frame. Different parts of tapestry loom with optional A-frame stand are shown here. Loom with handlebar, stand and rotating warp bars is the complete assembly for basic frame looms. Let's see the vertical loom. The loom in which mainly carpet is made is also a frame where the warp is tightened. It has two beams on the sides and one close to the ground and one beam at the top. The size of the carpet is limited to these dimensions. There are different kinds of vertical looms. In some designs, the warp and carpet can be rolled up on both beams, making it possible to let out new warp as the work progresses. At the same time, the carpet is being wound up on the lower beam, making it possible to weave really large carpets. Warp weighted loom and upright two beam loom are two variants of vertical loom. In big size vertical loom, weavers can sit side by side to prepare the carpet. According to Warp, three design options for short, medium and long length are available in vertical loom. In general, in vertical loom, shading is performed with the help of heddle and shade stick. The looms in the workshops or industrial units are large and stable with the possibility to stretch the warp and carpet thoroughly. When weaving large carpets, many weavers work side by side, while one weaver works alone on a smaller loom. In the homes, the looms are sometimes more simple and not always stable. Because of this, village carpets, for example, often show a certain irregularity in their shapes. Let's see the horizontal ground loom. It consists of a rectangle frame of 4 beams. The most simple looms only consist of 2 wooden beams which are secured to the ground. Beams hold the warp while the carpets are being made. The distance on the sides between the 2 beams determines how wide the carpet should be, and the upper and lower beam decides the length of it. The horizontal looms are mainly used by nomads or tribal peoples as they are easily rolled up to be put up at the next campground. Nomads who are residents also use the horizontal loom. In this case, it consists of strong bars or beams or pipes put together to form a rectangle. Let's take case study of Dari weaving, India's glorious weaving tradition. Dari or Dari is a flat woven indigenous rug of India. Daris are always weft face, which means that the warp or lengthwise threads of the rug are never visible except at the fringes. Daris can be coarsely or finely woven, and best of all, they are reversible. Each dari is divided into 3 parts with center and 2 ends, with the center having geometric and simplified designs and the ends woven in symmetrical designs. Large size daris can have 2 to 6 men weaving at a time who sit face to face or side by side and weave in harmony. Daris are also produced on other type of looms. These 2 diagrams show dari weaving on vertical loom with pit. It involves 2 weavers facing each other. Let's come on third category, rigid heddle loom. A rigid heddle loom is a great introduction to hand weaving, but also a wonderful tool for experienced weavers interested in trying out new techniques. The name is derived from the structure of the heddle. It has a firm, rigid frame called a rigid heddle reed, sometimes referred as heddle or just as reed. The rigid heddle has slots and holes through which yarn is threaded to create a warp. A heddle functions to raise or lower the warp threads as a group, as opposed to individually thread movement like a wire. Rigid heddle looms are often smaller, more portable and budget-friendly than multi-shaft floor or table looms. They can be used with or without stand. In this presentation, 2 varieties of export rigid heddle loom are shown with loom stand and table stand. Next variety of rigid heddle loom is Kromsky Harp Forte rigid heddle loom. Another variety of same supplier is Kromsky Presto rigid heddle loom. Let's come on fourth category, table loom. It usually comes with 2, 4 or more shafts. 4 or 8 shaft looms are most common. Table loom can rest on a table or a stand. These looms are normally smaller than floor looms. These looms are often favored for their portability and affordability. Table looms are capable of weaving more complex patterns than those possible on rigid heddle looms due to their multiple shaft design. However, table looms are suitable for both new and experienced weavers. Table looms share many of the design and functional capabilities of floor looms, but at a size that typically fits on a table. Likewise, the warping and weaving techniques of a table loom are almost identical to those on a floor loom. Different parts of table loom are shown here in this presentation. Table looms are popular because they are portable, easy to use and so versatile. Each shaft can be lifted simply and quickly and is independent, enabling a wide variety of patterns to be woven. Let's come on floor loom. These are large looms that sit directly on the floor and use foot pedals called treadles that open and close the seats by raising and lowering the harness. The loom structure is mostly solid and stable. Floor looms are best used for producing longer lengths of fabric for production work and designs that are more complex. Nowadays, dobby, jacquard and other auxiliary attachment options are available for these looms. Different parts of floor loom like reed, heddle shaft, warp beam, cloth beam, etc. are shown here. 2 types of floor loom are in option, throw shuttle type and fly shuttle type floor loom. Let's come on pit loom. Pit loom is a loom situated on the ground or floor with a pit for the weaver. 2 types of pit looms are in operation, throw shuttle pit loom and fly shuttle pit loom. Throw shuttle pit loom is a loom in which shuttle or bobbin is thrown across the shade by hand. In fly shuttle loom, the shuttle is sent across the shade by means of a mechanical picker. The fly shuttle pit loom is the most popular hand loom in the country except in Assam. This is an improved type of loom which increases 3 to 4 times the production of the weavers. The fly shuttle oscillating sleeve works at a higher speed than the throw shuttle sleeve, resulting in an increase in the rate of production. Let's come on backstrap or loin loom. These looms are well recognized for their portability. The one end of this loom is secured around the waist of the weaver and the other end is attached around a fixed thing like door, post or tree. Weaver adjusts the tension by leaning back on the loom. Loin loom, one of the oldest devices for weaving textiles, is a backstrap loom found in parts of Northeast India, China, Bhutan and Myanmar. It is an ingeniously simple device, mostly made from bamboo and wood.
In the northeastern region, loin loom weaving is done by women only, primarily to weave fabrics for themselves and
their families. These age-old looms are simple in construction and easy to operate. These are cheap too. These looms have neither permanent fixtures nor heavy frames and so are easily portable. Apart from this, the greatest advantage that lies with these looms is the unlimited scope that they offer for designing. In earlier days, most of the cloth required for the family was produced in the family itself. Every family had looms to meet the requirement of the household. The indigenous handicrafts were practiced as household industries in the valley of Brahmaputra.